pretty good. I don't know if it would be good enough for the ultimate because it doesn't have resource recovery. In the ultimate, you always have to combine a class like Ranger with a class that has resource recovery. Monk is the best Ranger. That's actually true, but the Monk fists are not as good in this game as ranged weapons as they used to be in PoE 1. Yeah, the single class Monk is definitely the strongest class in general. I don't think there's a question about that. Yeah, Val doesn't let you see how much items cost, and Val also doesn't let you see how much gold you have, but it's pretty easy to figure out if you never sell too many of your items, if you try to keep the like fine and whatnot for when you actually need it. I found a little bit of a system there. But pretty funny that you can see stacks and stuff like that. Like some numbers are not hidden for some reason, which might not be intended. The lightning elemental subclass of druid. What does that do? Is that the one where you can transform into a blight? Played dot-based style instead with life giver wizard with lots of dots. And seen fortitude. Yeah, fortitude can be a problem. I mean, some of the druid builds might be ranged. You can get a lot of ranged accuracy, but I don't know if they are. Some spells count as ranged in this game, but I'm always really bad at knowing which ones do. Like, normal accuracy doesn't stack from like items and skills, but interestingly enough, ranged accuracy stacks with normal accuracy and with each other. So items like the Ring of the Ranger stacks with the Helmet of the Ranger, which I don't have right now, but there's a helmet as well for that. And it stacks with like normal accuracy stuff like this skill. No, this skill. You can't hit Tuani away. I mean, not the first form, but you don't need to CC the first form. You only need to CC it when you have the second form. But yeah, for damage, you're right. You can't. Yeah, dot against mega bosses. I mean, unless we're talking about dots from axes and stuff. But yeah, any debuffs, anything that is like time-based is bad on bosses because of their resolve. Anything that's like debuff duration based.
I ask only for no talking. Not until we pay our respects to Gareth, to Riku.
Axe is not that good without zero recovery. I think it's still the biggest DPS weapon, the armor axe. It's just not that good if it breaks in the challenge, obviously. But I think it's by far the highest DPS for bosses like that. I guess with the pen, if you don't get enough pen from certain sources. Also, Frost Goblin, thank you for the follow.
And Riku, Barath. All right. The timing's the coil resonates, but it's weak. I need it. You're my best chance.
Yeah, sorry for the vacuum, guys. I'm trying to mute it right now. Yeah, I did steal the helmet, Virgilius. It's really easy. You just pickpocket, there's no risk because you can't really fail pickpockets. So, it's a very big thing for the run that you can steal it. It's absolutely amazing. How often do you vacuum every day? It just happens on stream every time. But hey, you have to be clean, but I'm sorry that it always happens at the worst time.
So you defeated this ship-devouring beast all by yourself?
I'm telling you, you just have.
So we're just gonna go in here but not do the quest yet.
Aim for the eye.
So this used to be 2000 XP when the coming storm was already active for just going in there. I don't know if it's gonna be the same XP now, but let's see. I mean, we can't really see how much we get, but if it is 2k, we might get really close to level up, so I'm trying to check the bar before we go in there. I think the designer of bosses in PoE 1 is a Baldur's Gate lover. The designer in Deadfire is a WoW lover. Yeah, I mean, the only WoW boss in PoE 1 is Langras. So that was a double XP, so I'm pretty sure it was actually 2k. But it didn't progress us that much, so I don't know. It's really hard to tell with this, of course. But I'm pretty sure this is 2k. Just for going in here. Yeah, Langras is like shut down the polymorph guy or die. There's actually 2 polymorph guys in that fight. You know what? I'm gonna go back in here eventually. Right now I'm just gonna run. Try that bounty here. No, I'm not gonna try that bounty. I'm gonna get my head smashed in. Level 7 is pretty impressive though. How did you kill the construct, or did you ignore the constructs? Because you can't do that on the ultimate because you can't flee combat. How's the run going? We've been doing safe stuff so far, nothing too exciting. But I guess that's expected for the ultimate. Just doing boring Neketaka stuff. I wish it would end, but it has to be done. This is why I really do not want to die when we fight, because then we have to do all this over again. Yeah, it's like 2 constructs. No, 3 constructs, but the steel clerk is really annoying. He's actually pretty hyped for PoE1. Langras on my PoD run, but he somehow died from AoE before I got all his ads down. Oh, you're talking about the caster Langras. Yeah, the caster isn't... Like, yes, you have to kill him with AoEs, but he isn't really the problem in that fight. The problem is the dragons, but it's like ignoring the dragons while you kill the casters. It's a little weird. I haven't done this on TOI before, I'm a little scared.
You there? What are you doing?
You can pull them one by one, that is very true, but I wouldn't have the resources for that right now, if I can't flee combat. I don't have a way except my Blood Mage ability to recover my resources. I don't think I could kill them. Weapons break is also a factor, you have to realize you can't attack them with weapons forever. I mean, I guess if I had axes and the bleeding cut, maybe. If I had like weapon switch, so when one weapon breaks, switch to the next. It might be doable, but it would be too scary for me right now.
Muhai has broken with Wahana. The Queen has forbidden. The Queen would have us join our tribes. There are those who kill by sword. I say it was done for. So too did she act on her own, against her own people. Muhai, come. Give me the body. I will. You are not of the Kahanga tribe. For what? And I as well. Muhai has brought great sorrow upon herself. You would defy the word of this.
Alright,
It is done.
we're fine.
You have greater loyalty with it.
I'm always scared when I do stuff like that on TI because I haven't ever done the quest before, except a couple of days ago in my test run. But we're fine. I'm gonna read some chat real quick. Had construct such a pain in my very first run. NPCs kept withdrawing them. Oh, because the fire thing that hits the innocent people. Yeah. Yeah, this fight is really bad for the ultimate with all the innocent people around as well. 44 people, woot! Awesome. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I killed it, played FF Paladin, survived the first 2 enemies with lay on hands. After that he didn't deal more damage and I healed. Took me about 4 hours to kill him. Holy shit, that's insane. I wasn't here Iron. I thought it was a weak bounty. I mean, it used to be. I think this is one of the fights that got buffed when they buffed POTD. Like level scaling. Killed Dengras encounter this way. Used the summon statue kite, everything, buffed myself up for about a minute, then just killed everything one by one. Yeah, Priest sounds really amazing in PoE 1. I always wanted to try it, but as I said, I never left Act 1 with my Priest. I was pretty close to leaving Act 1, but then I never actually finished it. So annoying that you can't hotkey crackers, so... Will he notice it over here? Probably not. This should be fine, shouldn't it?
They won't see me coming long as
Nope.
I keep my eyes closed.
I fail at this. I always waste more than 1 crack on this guy. I just don't know how far it will still aggro. Like, if you're too far away, they won't notice it.
Swift and silent. Oh, good thinking.
Crowns for the Faithful. Oh yeah, I remember that buff. Yeah, Crowns for the Faithful was really amazing in PoE 1. Has a dagger that deals raw damage, dot. It makes priest even more. Oh yeah, the dagger from Odd Nua. Yeah, that was really good for a lot of classes. I use that on my Paladin as well. 42 intelligence, holy shit. Yeah, drawn in spring, that's right. Was an easy quest too, for the most part. Oh, Shining Beacon is still good in this game though, by the way. I mean, it's not necessarily the same anymore, obviously. But it's still pretty good in this game. Shining Beacon.
Leave this to Professor Grog.
But I use Shining Beacon a lot on my other run with the Tactician Barras. Was pretty decent.
What color me unconcerned? That wasn't exact. I mean,
Oh, good thinking.
500 plus damage with FOD in beta. So, did FOD ever get nerfed though, Dune? Oh, they nerfed the lash, okay. A new hand touches the bacon. Isn't that a Skyrim reference? I mean, it isn't bacon, obviously, but
Have an intelligence of 6.
it sounds like Skyrim.
I'm guessing you're not here for the baptism. So I'm Shody. Take it. I say, if it's going to be not. Think I might could join you.
Yeah, I used to do that quest a lot. The Meridia speaking quest. Is there anything over here? I think I've never ever gone there. I didn't even know I was an area. No, there's nothing wrong. Oh, there was a mod that sneakily changed it to bacon. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I never really modded my Skyrim enough. I'm the type of guy that sometimes ignores the finer things in life because I try hard with stuff like this. But I really need to play fully modded Skyrim with all 18 plus mods at some point. $200 mods, holy shit. That's a lot of mods. I think we're actually done here. I forgot to loot the top of the Soul Seer thing. But I don't think there's any key items up there, but might as well get them while we're here. But yeah, Deadfire mods, there's not a lot actually. I really enjoyed Harpagona's Shifter mod, but I didn't have that many as I installed, and there isn't that many actually.
Leave this to Professor Grove.
Oh, there's challenging mods for Skyrim. I definitely have to try some of those.
Merla. Burned. Well, that won't do it all.
But yeah, Max Quest probably makes some dope mods, I imagine. He knows everything about PoE. 6 party people mod. No one needs that. Come on. Guy modding Skyrim. That's why I thought of it. It's definitely a time thing. Yeah, it's a lot of time waste in Skyrim because the mods are sometimes a little bit... like configuring them can be a problem. That's at 50 viewers. Yay! Alright, we're almost done now with Neketaka. Gullet is the longest part though. Over 1.5k hours in Skyrim. There's a 800k experience in making the mod setups work. Holy shit. That doesn't sound like a good balance. 800 hours. 6 party people mod is a must-have. I really want to play my 6 Chanters again, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
Once you're in...
Half of the mods are new textures, yeah. But why mod Skyrim if you're not using those? Yeah, the time left actually stacks Dune, but you don't always get a new timer. Like, if you do the quest, I think it's to hunt a god where you go to the palace. No. Which one is it where you go to the palace? This one? You don't get a new timer. You only get one in Hazongo. So the first timer is like 30-ish, I think. Less than 30. 20-ish, 30-ish. And then the next timer in Hazongo is exactly 30 hours, but plus whatever you've left. And then the last timer is 25 after Fire Drake. After you kill. But that's actually the last timer. You don't get another timer after that. Because that quest says go to Ukaizo. So, yeah. All in all, it's not that much time.
Good thinking.
That's why it's about
Beat it.
getting a fast ship early.
Down, but here he comes, and I'm too late.
Don't waste time traveling around until you can actually do everything. Do the DLCs and stuff. Yeah, the DLCs will have to be done in a way that we never go towards those areas unless we really need to. So then we're just gonna go around in a circle, like start wherever we're closest to, do that DLC, and then like go around in a circle, waste as little time as possible. But they have to be done after Fire Drake for sure, because we need Scordius Edge.
No, I didn't. That is...
This is a private matter. You must carry 400 pop.
I just realized that I never sold stuff, so I didn't have money in my inventory.
First time in my life. If you see this...
This was really scary. Imagine I didn't have 400 coppers. I don't know if you auto die though, if you don't have it. That was still scary. SSS. The thing is, SSS has one super tough fight where you can't use your abilities, but you don't actually need to do that fight. I think all the most challenging fights you don't actually need to do to finish the quest. The last fight is a little challenging though, the boss fight. If you're relying on healing, healing doesn't really work in that fight because at least unbending doesn't get procced from the damage from the enemies for some reason. But yeah, all the real bad fights, you just don't have to do them. I think the hardest fight is where you fight Merwald versus Duplicate. No, you have to kill the boss of SSS, I think. Where's the quest? Oh, it's up here. I think this... No, that's the Fire Drake. One of these is the boss of SSS. This one? I think this. So yeah, if you can find a relatively easy way to get to the boss, then it's fine, but SSS is gonna be a challenge for sure.
You won't see me coming long as I keep my eyes closed.
I fight a druid and the wizard each have a totem. I might never have done that one. The thing is, I only did SSS once, because when SSS came out, I didn't bother to play it. When Forgotten Sanctum came out, I mainly got back into playing because of Forgotten Sanctum, and I was like, okay, might as well do SSS. But yeah, I only played it once, so...
Leave this to Professor...
Thanks for letting me tag along.
I hope I can craft crackers right now. I'm gonna go and have to buy some. Okay, fine. Oh, also, yeah, interesting that these, what you have, are not hidden.
That fire is awfully big for this little orland.
I always mess up my crackers, but I think here it's pretty easy to not mess them up.
They won't see me coming long as I keep my eyes closed.
Let's be safe and waste one cracker just to see where he's gonna go. But yeah, this should be... Oh no, that's not far enough. Okay. So we have to walk towards there a little bit. This might be too far and he doesn't see it, but let's waste another one, if that's the case. Okay, cool. I was a little scary, I shouldn't have done it like that. But we did it. So yeah, this is pretty big. SSS was kind of fun. It made up for PED not being any challenge when the game came out. Oh yeah, I can see that. I mean, for me, as I said, when it came out, I was already in the mood that I didn't really like that fire anymore, because I played the shit out of it when it came out. I had like 10 plus characters that either finished the game or got to level 20 and close to finishing it. But yeah, I really liked Forgotten Sanctum, and I kind of didn't mind SSS at all. Like, I'm the type of guy, I'm not really there for all that massive story smoochy. I really like the fights, so... POTD as a solo fighter after they added... Yeah, after they added the enemies, the game got a lot more challenging, in my opinion. And they fixed level scaling. That was a main problem when the game came out. Level scaling didn't actually work.
I've got all sorts of... Take a look.
So that was a pretty big change.
Battle for glory and Rautai.
Faithfully done, Emiani.
Report to Wakoyo Nui when your hands and your temper have healed.
Alright, so we're done with all the scary chests to loot. Like, this one was pretty scary because I messed up my crackers. So now we should be really close
skies, my friend.
to finishing
The boat, your ship. This Asilla wave skipper is your most excellent.
finishing the quests in Neketaka that are non-combat, and then we'll go towards Crookspur and see if the route actually works. Yeah, Potmal is really annoying compared to everything else. But hey, at least you don't have to actually do Garachi Street. And you don't really gain anything from fighting there, except that everyone thinks you have big balls or something.
If this is about the Hazatoa tournament, I've got nothing to do with that, alright? Sorry, I'm really only supposed to...
Yeah, the Dragon boss. Also, you can't kite in Garachi Street because of the water, unless you are the island or more, which is useless anywhere but in Garachi Street.
Why does your Ronga carve his name into a rock?
The Ronga Nui. And it's a commemoration to show what he built.
Oh. Then did your Reparo...
Did I even finish Alchemy's quest?
So you fell for all of Nitahi's...
Oh, okay, I did. So the Inquisitor, Spiritualist, Tempest, Holy Slayer, Sorcerer, and Herald. Holy shit, you play a lot of classes. No, that is true, you have to kite the drakes. But you can kite them. You can't kite in Garachi Street. But yeah, summons tanking is kiting. It's not head on, Edwin. I wonder if she has anything good. It's probably impossible to steal from her.
See me coming long as I keep my eyes closed.
Ah, maybe not. I mean, you can't go further than this corner. And she's walking around a lot. With more stealth, you can definitely steal from her when she goes back. But yeah.
So, in addition to pirates, profiteers, and slavers, he must be... If no one takes... Look, yet, so imagine what... And if you're going to survive here, that is... his office is down.
Yeah, that's true. That is two different things. Fun to play is not strong. Like, I really liked my Corpse Eater cipher. It was really fun to play when it worked, but it never worked. But it was fun when it worked. I was really good in Cave Grab Fight because it keeps spewing grabs, and I was able to keep corpse eating them. And also it was fun because I could keep charming the big grab because it wasn't charm immune. Assassin League Walker is really good. I've never actually played the combo, so I don't know how fun it is, but it probably is fun. Tempest said Corpse Eater and that detected many of the SSS. Oh yeah, SSS actually sounds really great for Corpse Eater. All those mobs.
They won't see me coming long as I keep... Oh! Good thinking. Everybody shut up! I'm sneaking.
Did you see those awful verses by the kitchen?
They weren't that bad.
Was the opposite for Shifter?
Rhyming Hazanui with...
Oh, did you have the actual Shifter mod, Nogna?
Anything else that goes with Hazanui?
If so, did you have the Brilliant thing as well? Because I've had like the Lurker and the Brilliant really made the mod OP. Oh, played it vanilla, right.
That clicky... Yep, I'm pretty much the best. Swift and silent as a... I have an intelligence of 6. I know what I'm doing.
Okay, so I have to look at chat real quick or I won't be able to keep up. Lost run when laptop broke. Feels bad. There's a ton of micro. You can get like 2 shot pretty quickly. Oh, what class you're talking about? Oh, probably the Assassin Bleakwalker, yeah. Yeah, Assassin always has a problem. I played Assassin Druid back when Alchemy wasn't fixed yet. I was so strong. But yeah, it was really squishy. Dual wielding Holy Slayer. Oh, okay. Yeah, Shifter Vanilla, I've never actually played it. I don't think I've played Druids, period, Vanilla. Oh, I did! One of my first characters actually was a Druid, but I did not like it at all.
What? I'm not one for ostentation. I am at Sura. It's my business. That leave it to nothing. Perhaps you the demand that were, but you by the if I this should encourage the dead. Now, what else?
Yeah, yeah. I think my first character was actually a Cypher Druid. I don't know if it was a shift. Oh, it was a shifter. Yeah, it was actually a shifter, a Cypher shifter. I don't remember what the Cypher sub was though. But yeah, I didn't play it for long. I didn't like it at all. He actually stopped at Sura. I've hit on him and he always says no. I don't know if I ever tried that actually. Which dialogue option is that? Is that option gone already? Sorry, I sometimes don't pay enough attention to... Oh, so you're different from other people, so that's gone, is it? Let's actually try. Maybe it's gone, maybe it's not gone. I think it's gone. But I've definitely gone with that option before, but I don't remember the result.
Clear skies.
Yeah, it's... Oh wait, it's still there.
How do you mean that?
The problem is that right now I don't see what these are associated with, because expert mode. But I guess we go with option 3.
Are you making advances at me?
So which option did you try, Duke? Done several, oh, okay. Does any of them have like a skill requirement in front? Where it's like bluff so and so or whatever? All of them he tells you no, oh, okay. Always lie. I guess we lie because we're shady. We lie but we say yes. Oh no, we lie and say no. This sounds like the smart thing to do, because he will see through our lie and he'll think we said yes. I'm doing some Street Fighter chess mind games here. Because...
It's for the best.
Ah, never mind. He's not smart enough for that. I am shady. Bap is good, but yeah, Corpse Eater. Oh, Mage Slayer. You're right, Mage Slayer is actually worse than Corpse Eater. Mage Slayer has 0. He does nothing. He's completely useless. Does he get magic resistance in this game? Maybe he gets magic resistance. I don't know how magic resistance works in this. I guess spell resistance percentage based. Spell resist chance. Maybe. But yeah, obviously the BAP that gives you like pen and shit is the best. He does, but it isn't nearly worth the trade-off, right? What is the trade-off? No magical items like in Baldur's Gate?
Leave. No Valiant spy is coming through on my watch.
I'm a merchant. I have business inside.
Deadfire is similar with Baldur's Gate 2 in some ways, but imagine the Mage Slayer would be the same and in Baldur's Gate. Mage Slayer in Baldur's Gate 2 is actually OP if you dual class it. Obviously the solo class is bad, but if you dual class it, it's insane. No, I don't think Mage Slayer is bad at all in Baldur's Gate 2. It's bad in Baldur's Gate 1, but if you dual class it in Baldur's Gate 2, it's one of the most OP classes there is. Dual class it into a mage. Dual class it into a thief. It's insane. Yeah, use any item. Either use any item or just become a mage. Pots and Scrolls is actually not all Pots and Scrolls, because you can use the Rod of Resurrection to full heal yourself in Baldur's Gate 2. It's absolutely insane. You don't really need anything else if you dual class it into something good. And obviously if you get Thief and use any item, that doesn't apply anyway, because you can use any item. So yeah, Baldur's Gate 2, Mage Slayer, much better than in this game. But I don't know what the downside is. You guys haven't told me. What's the downside in Deadfire to the Mage Slayer? Inquisitor? You mean Inquisitor in Baldur's Gate 2? Inquisitor is actually really shitty if you play with SCS or LOB. I mean, by shitty I mean it's still OP, don't get me wrong, but it's shitty compared to other classes. Because SCS just makes every mage cast spells that you can't use your ability on them. But yeah, Inquisitor used to be, like, when you don't play with SCS, it's the best class in Baldur's Gate 2, but if you play with SCS, all of a sudden it's poopy. Oh, the Mage Slayer in Deadfire resists beneficial spells. That's insanely bad. Yeah, the spell immunity. That is a problem with SCS mages. They all have spell immunity. It's not as bad in TOB for some reason, but it's really bad in Shadows of Am.
May Tangaloa devour your souls, you cold.
But you can always install Ascension if you want more OP TOB. But with Legacy of Ball, all the melee classes just have huge problems anyway. And it's not really that easy to play Inquisitor not as a melee class in Baldur's Gate. SCS, the full name is Sword Coast Stratagems. Basically what it does, it gives the enemies better AI scripts, but it also gives them precast. If they're a mage or a priest, they have precast spells, because it simulates that you're gonna precast stuff before you fight them. And a lot of the stronger mages just have spell immunity Abjuration, and the remove magic spell that the Inquisitor gets is Abjuration. So you have to have a class that can remove those first, like mages for example. But yeah, it's a really cool mod. It's honestly my favorite game to play Baldur's Gate with SCS on, Baldur's Gate 2 specifically. Just because of SCS. It's so fun. I soloed Baldur's Gate 2 with SCS Ascension as Inquisitor. Oh, that's crazy. So did you just wait out the protections, or what did you do against the protections? I mean, you can always wait them out, I guess. And tactics, wow. I mean, SCS and tactics doesn't work that well together. I've tried it and I didn't really like it. Sometimes tactics remove stuff from SCS, like the high level abilities.
Bataro is gone. Dead.
The village was not like this. Bataro is punished. But what reaches the route? Bataro said we would finally leave. I heard this, but next I see him.
I had that problem once. Someone really wanted me to show, or someone didn't believe how good the Mage Slayer was in Baldur's Gate 2. And he was like, yeah, show me how you do Twisted Rune with SCS and tactics. I was like, okay, great, no problem. Recorded a video. Was super easy, by the way. Rod of Resurrection, as I said. You don't even need to use any item for that. I think I dueled him. I think I might not even have dueled him. I think it was actually a single class Mage Slayer. And yeah, the main problem was that tactics, while it made the fight very interesting, with like invisible assassins and whatnot, the casters didn't have high level ability. The keyboard is noisy, sorry, it's a sheep keyboard. Yeah, Mage Slayer Dual Thief is really good. But yeah, once again, I didn't even have that in that fight. Oh, also new power level. We might actually want to start with something like this, but I'm probably going to respec before fighting anyway, so. I just wanted to shortly drop in, and now we've arrived at Baldur's Gate discussions, but I got a rest. Still got a fever. Oh, sorry, I hope you get better, man. But yeah, thank you for dropping by, Nogna. Thanks a lot. He gets off on smashing spacebar. That is actually true, Yoshi. I do that. But yeah, have a nice day / evening too, Nogna. See you around. I don't know if I want to start with Pull or Phantom. I don't know which grimoire I'm gonna end up with. I kind of want to end up with Arkamir's grimoire, which has a Phantom in it already, because of the inverse. But we're gonna respec once we decide. Right now we can't get Arkamir's grimoire anyway, and we need this combo for fights like Cast on Self and then Phantom before we get Brilliant. All we have is mage spells, like we can't willy-nilly use our priest spells until we get Brilliant. So right now this is our wombo combo. Because this doesn't go away on the Phantom. Like, if you cast this on Self, summon the Phantom. If you use this yourself, you hit the enemy once, it goes away, but on the Phantom it stays. 51 viewers, awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Alright. Let's go here. I should have enough perception for the stash, actually. There we go. 600 gold. Oh, so gold always shows the number, how much gold there is in something. I guess everything that goes into stash actually shows numbers. Except for your actual money that you have. But as soon as something's in stash, it shows. And in other stashes. Called every kid from the block, told them to turn in on Vic stream, but some Victoria secret models didn't want, so man. Why the Victoria's Secret models?